Good day, this is Aldi Bailey and I'm here today to teach you how to shine your combat boot. First, you need to gather all the materials that you will need. The boot, water, alcohol, cotton, toothbrush, polish, a lighter, shoe brush, stocking or nylon sock. You don't have all the materials on the list? That's not an issue, you can improvise. Once you have the important materials, the boot, polish, shoe brush and water, your boot can accomplish the same result, which is to be highly gloss. Step 1. You have to remove the laces from the boots. Ensure you remember the pattern so you won't have any trouble to replace the laces. If you can't remember, just take a picture. Step 2. Use a dry brush to brush everywhere on the boot. You can use a toothbrush to properly brush the welt. Your aim is to remove all dust and unwanted materials from the boot. Step 3. Ensure that the boot has a smooth surface before continuing the cleaning process. While surfacing the boot, you can use the polish to fill out the uneven areas, but I recommend that you ensure the surface is smooth before you begin to apply polish. If the surface is not smooth, use a straight edge to scrape off the polish that was previously applied to the boot or whatever it is that will prevent the surface from being smooth. Step 4. Use the shoe brush to only brush the leather area of the boot. By doing so, you are basically getting the boot ready for surfacing. I say to only brush the leather part because if you apply polish to the cloth area, over time those sections of the boot will begin to look unpleasant. Let the boot rest for about 5 minutes. When the polish is dry, you can then brush off the boot with the dry brush again. After doing that, the shoes will have a dim sheen. This will highlight the surface of the shoes so that you will be able to see if the surface is smooth before you decide to move on to the next step. Before moving on, if your boots are wrinkled, you can stuff them for better results. Step 5. Open your nugget polish and start basing your boot. For you to maintain a smooth surface on the boot, I recommend that you don't wear gloves. Use one finger, preferably the index finger of whichever hand you use. Use your finger to gently take up a small amount of the polish, then apply the polish to the boot. Notice the part of my finger that I use to take up and apply polish to the boot. By doing it like this, the polish will not get under my fingernails. Pay attention to how the polish is being applied to the boot. I am using a circular motion. You will do so until the polish begins to feel dry. If you don't stop rubbing the boot when the polish is dry, you might be rubbing off the polish and cancelling the work that was already done. You can do so whether clockwise or anti-clockwise. In my opinion, it is done so you have a better control over the polish being applied to the boot. You wouldn't want to be servicing the boot multiple places at a time. Please listen carefully now. You can use any polish to base your boot, but the polish with less oil content, for example nugget and kiwi, will make it easier for you. However, the polish with more oil content, for example general and 7-star, will give you more work to form a base for the boot. In order for you to achieve a good base from a general polish, you would have to surface the boot 3 to 5 times. On the other hand, for you to get a good base from the nugget polish, you would have to surface the boot 2 to 3 times. If done properly, you can use any polish to shine the shoes and achieve the same results. Ensure that you try to reach all the areas of the boot and that each area of the boot is evenly surfaced. I like to shine the lace area, the heel and the sole part of the boot. After completing an entire coating, you can allow the boot to rest and move on to the next. Apply the coating to the other shoes and follow the instructions in step 5. You have made it to the end of this video. If you have any questions, queries, concerns, or comments, feel free to leave them below. You know the drill.